Welcome back. Your time is now 8 o'clock and you're watching WGXA Morning News right here on Fox 24. And this morning we want to show you that we are practicing social distancing here at the WGXA studio.
Yeah, Victoria. Amaris, you guys see her hanging out in the newsroom this morning. Meantime, Gary Thigpen, word, he is standing over there at that Skywatch Weather Center.
And let's give you another look. Right now, you're getting a full view of our studio right now. You can see that Terrell and I are clearly more than 6 feet apart, and we have been telling you about it, so we want to put it into practice, keeping at least 6 feet away from people. Again, those are just guidelines coming from the CDC to help keep you safe during the coronavirus pandemic.
Yeah. Well, Gary, we've made it to Friday. I think we can safely agree it's been a very, very interesting week. So we are here at the weekend. Gary, go ahead and take it away. Please bring us some positive news. No rain.
I think I'm going to make everybody happy right now. The weekend is looking really good, especially Saturday is looking good as far as sunshine and especially warm temperatures. We're going to be actually approaching some record-breaking high temperatures the next few days. But let's take a look at what's happening right now. This is in Warner Robins from our Wilson Bryant Heating and Air Skycast Network. You can see a little bit of fog still hanging around there in Warner Robins, as it is in other locations here in Middle Georgia. Temperature 63 degrees, winds from the south to southeast at 8 miles per hour. Looking at the fog tracker, you can see all the way from down Montezuma, Warner Robins up toward Macon, Milledgeville is in the fog. But when you get over toward the Dublin area, down toward Vidalia, they are socked in pretty heavy with some rather dense fog in those locations, so keep that in mind as you head out this morning. You may encounter some of that fog. Temperatures looking pretty good for this time of year. 61 in Atlanta, 62 here in Macon, 63 in Alma, 69 in Albany. Valdosta is at 68 degrees, and your almanac for today will be going into the upper 80s for a high temperature. Tomorrow morning, low 60s. Look at the normals, 46 and 72, so you can see how far above normal we are, but look at the records. 20 and 88. We may be getting pretty close to breaking that record the next day or two. I'll keep you posted on that.
Good morning, I'm Amaris Jenkins, and throughout the show I'll be checking in with the latest breaking news. And I actually have some breaking news just into our newsroom. Georgia authorities are searching for a missing 18-month-old child. The child's name is Remy Daniels. The Coweta County Sheriff's Office says she was last seen wearing a white Minnie Mouse t-shirt. Deputies believe she may possibly be with a man by the name of Jeremy Daniels. Daniels drives a gold 2005 Chevy Impala, and right now it's unclear if Daniels is in any way related to the child. If you have any information on this, you are urged to dial 911, and I'll be sure to check in with any updates. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Amaris. And happening now, athletes from South Korea are leaving Tokyo now that the Olympic Games have been delayed. Those athletes were at a training compound preparing for the Tokyo Olympics and are leaving due to the threat of COVID-19. You can see those athletes there in masks saying goodbye. The Olympic Committee says progress has been made to fight the coronavirus in Japan, but the virus escalating in parts of the world. The Games must be postponed to no later than next year to protect those athletes and spectators.
Meantime, happening tomorrow, President Trump is expected to arrive in Norfolk, Virginia, where a naval ship is expected to leave for New York to offer help to hospitals there treating COVID-19. Now, just within the last 4 hours, the president tweeting he's been speaking with Chinese leaders about how to recover from COVID-19. He said he has respect for China and is looking forward to working closely with leaders there since they now have a strong understanding of this virus.
And communities across the country remain under shelter-in-place orders, but some folks are struggling to live by those rules. And one Georgia man even calling the matter, quote, unconstitutional, and he's suing local state officials. Fox's Tom Haynes has more on why the man may have a case and why lawmakers say they aren't giving it much thought.
The owner of Clyde Armory in Athens has sued the Athens-Clarke County government. Andrew Clyde calls the shelter-in-place ordinance unconstitutional. This is how his lawyer views it.
A nice way to say house arrest. If they're not ill, you can't show they've been exposed, you can't lock them up.
Clyde's lawyers filed the 23-page lawsuit in Athens-Clarke County Superior Court, also naming the city manager and attorney as defendants. The lawsuit alleges that local governments don't have the lawful authority to force healthy individuals to stay home, although Wiltshire says their actions were well-intentioned.
Our rights and the rules don't go thrown out the window because things are difficult.
The ACC government unanimously imposed the shelter-in-place ordinance last week, requiring residents to stay home 24/7. This came shortly after the city imposed a curfew and declared a state of emergency. Essential activities, such as grocery shopping and operating essential businesses such as gas stations and gun stores, are the exception. Athens Mayor Kelly Girtz stands by the ordinance that he says is constitutional.
There are always distractions that come along, but I don't really think of this lawsuit as anything other than just a fly on the windshield.
Mayor Girtz and the commission will meet Tuesday to discuss ways to support local businesses. Tom Haynes, Fox 5 News.
And right now, there is a major blood shortage in the country. According to the Red Cross, there's been over 400 canceled blood drives right here in the Peach State. That leaves a gap of almost 14,000 blood units not being collected. But you, Middle Georgia, you have the chance to close that gap today if you'd like the Wellston Center in Warner Robins, because they're hosting a blood drive this morning starting at 8 o'clock. And if you're worried about social distancing, the American Red Cross is following CDC guidelines to keep you safe.
We're checking temperatures before you come into the door, before entering the blood drive. We're providing hand sanitizers during your blood donation and before and after the process. We're following social distancing practices, so the beds are spaced apart. We're sanitizing donor-touched areas.
If you would like to sign up to donate blood, you have to make an appointment. You can find that link on our website, WGXA.tv. And if you'd like to set up your own blood drive, there's a link for that as well. And finally, to see the safety precautions the Red Cross are taking during this pandemic, head on over to their website at redcrossblood.org.
And new this morning, teachers in Pulaski County lined up their cars to show some love for their students. Check this out. Teachers rode down the streets in areas where their students live to wave from them from their cars, showing them they love them through all of this social distancing. We caught up with Mitzi Helms, who's actually Pulaski County's Teacher of the Year, and she says seeing the students light up from the street made it special for her and her coworkers.
They are just, their little faces just light up. We really just wanted to see them smile. That's what it's all about, is really just, making sure the kids are happy. And so that's really what we wanted to do, was just to make them smile.
Background there, Pulaski County schools are now offering meals for students during their time away from campuses. Those meals are available for pickup only.
I mean, come on, this is beautiful. Not all heroes wear capes, guys. With schools being dismissed during the coronavirus pandemic, it can be difficult to keep those kids busy. Find out how you can keep the kids entertained and educated after the break.